Hey guys, so Coach here. Today for our ICT, we're going to be covering the topic of strong lifts exercises, squat, bench and deadlifts. Let's go. Okay, so before starting the workout, make sure you warm up, right? Make sure we warm up first. Activate the glutes and stuff. So first exercise that we're gonna be doing is squats. So we're gonna have Brian here demonstrating the squats and doing some explanation along the way.
To do the squat, so you get under the bar, so just use the what do you call this thing? Like that's the lines to gauge yourself, center yourself, and we do a high bar. So position the bar on your trap, so below the bony part, just on the trap where the meaty part, and stands about shoulder width apart, and unrack. Okay. So when you do the squat, want to point the toes a little bit outwards, and when we come down, we want to bring our knees out as well. So squat just to right about parallel, heels on the ground, and squat back up, down, and up. So when we squat down, we want to ensure that our shin is parallel to our back. And so it won't be like this, because if it's like this, it can cause serious injury and cause problems. So I want to be like this, nice and tight, and up. So like this, down. This bit, yep. So not like this, this. All right. So okay, before we start a squat, we always want to ensure that we have our safety bars in place. So we want to set it up just at right about as low as we'll go. So for myself, this is about as low, as high as I want it, so that if anything will happen, I can just drop the weight. Right, I'll demonstrate it later a little bit. All right, so to get into the bar, to get into the squat, just use these lines as a guide. Get under the bar, let the bar rest on the traps, not the bone but on the traps, and squat up, take a step back. Okay, so before we squat down, we want to take a deep breath. Take a deep breath, keep our core tight, and let our butt drop down, just so it'll just be like sitting down. Alright, and we're here, we want to ensure that our lower back, our back is parallel to our shin, and then we squat back up. And another thing, when we are squatting, we want to ensure that our knees are pointing outwards, and that we drive through our heels, so that we can get a better activation of our glutes, and we are not causing, and we're using the proper muscles. Yeah. So just now I mentioned the safety bar. So if anything were to happen, I can just fall forward, and the safety bar will just catch the bar, and I'll be fine. All right. So that's why it's very important to have this set up as well.
Okay, so today we have the bench press. Okay, so since the bench press machine is being used, okay, we're just gonna alternately just use this squat rack machine. Right, hit the bench, get into position, just be careful of your head. Okay, from here we're gonna go slightly shoulder width apart. Yeah, okay, just a bit of a tip. Okay, you want to keep your chest out throughout the whole movement. Okay, from there we're gonna lower down slightly below the chest, push up from the chest up. Yeah, control, and up, squeeze your chest, yeah? Okay, breathe in, and breathe out as you exit, yeah? Breathe in, and out, alright? Okay, alright, we usually see people doing is they bring it closer to the neck, and then they do this, yeah? So what this is working on is actually more of the shoulders. This exercise is mainly for the chest, so you want to bring it just below the chest and push it up. Okay, so what the safety bar is for, okay, just in case you hit failure, alright, you can just land the barbell on the safety bar. So for example, you're hitting failure, you can't push anymore, okay, you can just let go without hitting the chest, alright? So if you want to sit up, just roll the bar forward and then sit up, okay?
We have reached the third exercise, deadlift. This is actually one of the main ones. So once you set up the weight like this with the bar and the weight plate, okay, first thing you want to think about is your setup and how you want to approach the bar. Okay, go towards the bar, your foot right below the bar, about under your laces, or the bar above your laces. That's number one. Start from the ground up. Okay, feet about hip width or shoulder width apart if you want to do the conventional deadlift. So next, look down towards the bar, arms straight, reach towards the bar with your arms straight down, get a firm grip onto the bar. Okay, few things in terms of your posture, keep your spine neutral, straight. Okay, you can look forward a little bit but not like this or like that. Keep your head neutral, keep your hips out. From here, everything straight, remove heavy slack from the bar and just push off from your legs. Full hip extension forward and then down. Right? So that's like the overview of how you want to start the deadlift. Next, we're going to talk about common mistakes. Sometimes if you are not aware, you might round your shoulders like this. So like this, see? So this is the most common mistake. People pull if their back's rounded. So try to avoid this because you might put a stress onto your lower back and that would set you up for possible injury. So you want to avoid that. That's number one. Number two would be your arms. Some people, when they do the deadlift, right, they're gonna pull with your arms like this. So as much as you can, you want to lock out your arms. Okay, lock out your elbows, keep it straight. Focus on pushing it off or bringing the weight off with your legs. Not think about your upper body when you pull. Right? And also that will bring us to the next common mistake. People tend to pull and shrug like this. Okay, again, you want to keep a neutral posture. So from the setup, right, go in, hands down, arms straight, back straight, look forward, push off with your legs, breathe in, you can breathe out at the top, breathe in again, down, finish. Alright, gonna do a few reps, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in again, down. Okay, that's the conventional deadlift. Other variations can include sumo deadlift with your feet wider apart. This time, instead of your arms on the outside, your arms will be in between the legs like this. With this kind of deadlift, you can utilize more on your legs, therefore engaging more on your glutes and your legs. So just gonna do a few reps. From here, arms straight down again, part down. From here, just push off, full extension. Right, down, here, squeeze your glutes. Okay. Third variation will be Romanian deadlift. So Romanian deadlift, normally you will start with the bar at the rack position, just pick it up from here. So you can put any weight, but this time you don't put the weight onto the ground. So you maintain the time under tension, the bar past the knee level, squeeze. Down, feel the stretch on the hamstrings, up, squeeze. Down, up, squeeze. And when you're done, normally you would rack it back onto the squat rack. Also, another variation would be the stiff-legged deadlift, similar to the Romanian deadlift, but you're trying to keep your legs a bit more straight. So this one, you will tend to target more on your hamstrings. and your glutes. Just gonna show you from here. Full, right? Yeah. So from here, yeah. So the Romanian deadlift, you tend to bend your knees a bit more. So stiff leg, as the name goes, you want to keep your legs almost straight, like this. This one you can really feel it on your hamstrings. So there's just a slight difference from the Romanian deadlift, but this one has more emphasis onto the hamstring. That's about it. So Brian is now demonstrating the stiff leg deadlift, right? In comparison with the Romanian deadlift. So this is more of the stiff leg. As you can see, he's keeping the knees almost straightened, almost locked out. Yeah. So really a lot of emphasis on the hamstrings. So now Brian is going to demonstrate the Romanian deadlift in comparison with the stiff leg deadlift. So as you can see, starting position is from the rack. Yeah. So there's a bit more knee bend in this one. So very similar to the conventional deadlift. The only main difference is the starting point and the time under tension. So conventional deadlift, sumo deadlift, Romanian deadlift and stiff legged deadlift. These are the four main ones. But the conventional one I would say was like the staple deadlift. Other variations are just optional depending on what your fitness goals are. That's all for today's ICT. Squat, bench press, deadlift. So these are just the overview of the 3 exercises. Main technique and common mistakes and proper technique and all that. So if you like my video, give it a thumbs up, drop a comment, tell me what you think, and subscribe to my channel. It's the Coach Anik here, signing off.